super. So you can help me from there. Okay, while he's doing that, again, I greet everyone with Jesus joy. My name is Sam Chidoka. I'm MD CEO at Kairos Capital. Been in investment banking for the past 2 decades plus. I also serve as presiding bishop at Jesus Family Ministries Church, the Victory Place in Lagos. And it's my pleasure to be here to share with you a few thoughts on the capital markets and what the opportunities are. What I've assumed is, and I hope you forgive me, I've done a sort of a presentation that speaks generally about the markets, just so that we have an introduction. I don't know my audience well. Perhaps there are people who also know the market very well here, but just permit those of us who may not know as much. So I'm just going to do a sort of breakdown of how the market works in terms of the capital market, the money market, and then look at some opportunities therein. And maybe if I know what the plan what your plan is going forward, perhaps there'll be other opportunities to now do a deep dive to be more specific in what you actually require. Trix, are you able to share the slide?
From our secretariat, it will be shared. So Bremer,
okay.
You have it.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Super. Okay, if you don't mind going, do you mind going to slideshow? Can you do a slideshow, or you're sharing from? It doesn't matter. This, I'm sure people can see this. Okay, please just go down. Next slide. Okay, next slide, please. Correct. Thank you and welcome. So I'm just going to do a quick dive into it. So the Nigerian market is, when we talk about the general investment scheme or investment scope, we talk about the capital markets and the money markets, right? And the capital market is a place for long-term securities, and the money market is a place for short-term securities. So any security that is over, I hope you can hear me, please. Someone just confirm I'm being heard. Okay, super. Thanks. So any security that is usually over a year, is looked as long-term, and any security that is 1 year and below is looked at short-term. In the capital market, the Securities and Exchange Commission is the apex regulator, and then we talk about stocks, we talk about bonds. So when we talk about stocks, we're talking about equities of different companies, and bonds could be bonds of corporates or could be bonds of governments. On the short-term space, you have treasury bills at 365 days and coming down to commercial papers, bankers' acceptances, short-term notes. So you have notes and the likes. And the CBN, the central bank, is actually the regulator, the main regulator of the money markets. Next slide, please. Okay, bit of network. All right. So why are these markets important in the economy? The markets help us for resource allocation. So just like banks who do intermediation, they take from those that have and give to those in need. So those that have surplus, you take money from them in deposits and you give to those who need money. So resource allocation is one of the essential needs of the capital markets and the money markets and the economy as a whole. Also, capital formation is an important thing. The ability for businesses to raise capital, the ability for people to make investments and get decent returns, and price discovery. If you own an asset, if you own a company and you have shares in the company, how do you know what the price of the company is? But if you're using the capital markets, maybe that company is quoted, you can have price discovery. And of course, it helps us for risk management. For those who are investing, it's important that when you invest, there's risk. Every investment comes with a risk. And when you look at the markets, from the money markets to the capital market, you are able to dimension the risks that are involved in those markets. Next slide, please. Okay, next slide. Now I'm going to go more into the capital markets before we come back to the money markets. So thank you. The capital markets, basically, as I mentioned, regulator, apex regulator is the SEC. And then we have self-regulated entities like Nigerian Stock Exchange, the NGX. The NGX is licensed by the Securities and Exchange Commission, but is allowed to bring up its own regulation. So we call them a self-regulated entity. Same thing with NASD, same thing with FMDQ. All right. So the market is structured in such a way that there is a primary market and there is a secondary market. The primary market is where you trade new securities. If there are new securities, those are that's primary market. The secondary market is where you trade already existing securities. A good example is a bank like Fidelity Bank is issuing its shares right now. Those shares it's issuing up is a primary issue because they are new shares that nobody has bought. When you buy those shares, if you want to sell them tomorrow, you'll be doing it in the secondary market because you already own the shares and now you're trying to do a secondary deal. All right. In terms of exchanges, we have the Nigerian Stock Exchange, or the Nigerian Exchange PLC as it's called now. We have the National Association of Security Dealers, known as NASD. That's for unquoted, for securities of companies that are not quoted on NGX. So they are public companies, but they are still traded privately. All right. Public companies that are traded publicly are traded on the NGS, but the NASD is the market for companies who have become public but are looking for ways also to trade their shares. A company who are not yet public as well can trade their shares on NASD as an over-the-counter trade. Then there's FMDQ Securities. They've also gotten a license to do equities, and very soon I'm sure they are going to launch. But for today, they still do fixed income securities mainly. So in this capital market, you have equities, you have fixed income, bonds, medium-term notes, mutual funds, exchange traded funds, and all of that in the market. Next slide, please. Just a quick view of our markets. The first table shows the markets in the capital markets or exchanges in Africa. Of course, Joburg Stock Exchange is the largest exchange in the market in the continent by far, followed by Casablanca, then Egypt, and then Nigeria. In terms of number of companies listed, and in terms of market capitalization. Market capitalization is the total sum of all the companies listed multiplied by their value to give you a market cap. Market cap, Nigeria is the fourth in the continent, but by performance, Nigeria is outright the best performing exchange in the continent and the second best performing equities exchange in the world, only behind Argentina. The All Share Index, which is a measure of the performance of the Nigerian market, started in 2023 at 46,000 points, ended at 67,000 points, which was a 47% return. What this says to you is that when you have a 47% return, you've beaten inflation. Inflation was less than 30% as of last year. So when you're doing 47%, you've beaten inflation. If you compare that to the SP 500, Standard & Poor's 500, which is an index in the US, it returned 25%. The Dow Jones also is another index in the US, it returned 13%. The FTSE 100 is the Financial Times 100 selected stock on the British Stock Exchange. It only returned 3.8%. Of course, we know those markets are more matured, but it shows you that there is an upside in the Nigerian equities market. Next slide. So just more on the Nigerian equities market. Like I said, the All Share Index, which is a measure of the returns on the market year to date, between January and today, has returned 34%. Inflation today is around 33%. I think inflation just came out last week. I think the figure is around 33%. So it's still outperforming inflation. Market cap is around 57 trillion naira in terms of market cap. Some companies have delisted, some companies have recently listed, and those listed companies have boosted the market cap. Transcorp Power just got relisted recently, and that boosted market cap as well. The pension fund administrators are now beginning to invest more in our markets. As a matter of performance, like I mentioned, is the best performing market in Africa. These companies that you see listed here are the companies that have passed the 1 trillion naira mark. in the market. So from Dangote all the way to Transcorp Hotels, Dangote is at 11 trillion in terms of market cap, and Transcorp Hotels is at 1 trillion in terms of market cap. So they are unicorn stock. These are the main stock that pull the market. Movements in all of or majority of these stocks moves the market in the right direction. Next slide. Next slide, please. Let's look at investment opportunities. In the capital market, you can invest in equities, which is stock. As I mentioned, CBN by regulation has asked all the banks to go and raise more money. So the banks are all in the markets today. And those that have launched now, Fidelity is in the market, Access is in the market, and I think Guaranteed Trust Bank is in the market, trying to raise money. I know First Bank is coming, FCMB is coming, Sterling is coming. They're all trying to raise money from the market, but you can buy stock from the capital market. You can also invest in fixed income. Fixed income securities includes bonds. All right. So there are government bonds and there are corporate bonds. However, when you want to invest in the fixed income market, it's easier to invest in the primary auctions than in the secondary, because the secondary part, the lot sizes are traded in hundreds of millions of naira. But when especially corporates are issuing fresh issuances, you can buy, because lot sizes might be 10 million, some might be 50 million for an investor. Mutual funds also mainly driven by asset management companies. There are many asset management companies that run mutual funds, but please, quick caveat emptor, before you invest in any mutual fund, do your due diligence. Be sure that the sponsor of the fund is duly registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, because if you have any issues, that's the only place you can go to. You can go and report the fund. There are some people who are trading, who are advertising some funds, and one of the things I'll tell you very quickly, if it is too good, if it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Once you hear those kind of returns that tell you invest today, in 3 days you get 50%, or you get 100% in 1 year, guaranteed 200% in 1 year, please, that should take your antennas up immediately. Those kind of returns don't happen in our markets. Those kind of returns may happen in some shrine or may happen in some alternative universe. But in this capital market that I know, you don't get those kind of returns guaranteed. Am I saying that you cannot invest in stock and get 100% return? No, that's not what I'm saying. You can. Personally, I've made investments when I've gotten huge returns. When Adenuga was buying corn oil, I knew about that deal. Once he bought the company, I invested. I remember back then, maybe sometime in 2005, I bought the stock at 36 naira thereabout. I sold at 69 naira. I still remember, because the money I made from that stock, I bought a Honda Hala back then with the money I made from just that investment. How many times has that happened since I've been in the market? Few and far between. So you've got to be careful. Once you hear put money today and get returns tomorrow or next, the thing I tell people about when people lose their money from such investments, one of the things I will tell you is this: if any man knew how to double money, he would never tell another man. If I know how to double money, I will not tell any of you here. I love you with the love of God. I love you as children of God. Trust me, I will not tell you. All I will do is borrow money from you and be doubling it. Once I double my money, I double it again and double it. I will return your money and I'll be the rich guy. And I'll probably be richer than Dangote if I knew how to double money. It doesn't work. Please note that. Even if you don't remember any other thing I said tonight, just note that I said that. So mutual funds, be sure that they are duly registered. How do you know they are duly registered? SEC website, www.sec.gov.ng is their website. On their website, they've got a list of all companies registered with them. If you Google that website, go and search for Kairos Capital, you will see that we are registered as an issuing house. That's how you know that we are registered. And you can check that fund and the sponsor to be sure is registered. Exchange traded funds. There are some funds that have been put together by some stockbrokers and also asset management companies, and you can trade fund of funds. Next slide, please. Next slide. Now let's go into the money markets. So we've talked about, remember I said the two broad markets, the capital markets and the money markets. We're looking at the financial systems. All right. In the money market, The apex regulator, of course, is the central bank. It's in that money market that you have key players like the banks. You have and other financial institutions. There are other non-bank financial institutions as well regulated. So finance houses, lending houses, mortgage banks, commercial banks, regional banks. All of those play in that in the money market. Those of us who are licensed by SEC, we also play in the money market. So as an issuing house, we issue money market instruments. Rating agencies also rate money market instruments. High net worth individuals, auditors, trustees, and of course, pension funds as well, who are investors, insurance companies, we all play in that market. What are the basic instruments? You have the treasury bills, you have corporate debt notes, you have commercial papers, you have call deposits, you have certificates of deposits, you have bankers' acceptances. All of those are money market instruments. The main difference between them and the capital market instruments is that the longest tenor is 1 year. Nigerian treasury bills returns 365 days. Commercial papers, the highest is 270 days. And then you can have overnight call. You can have 30 days paper, 60 days paper, and all of that. And of course, the exchanges also participate in the money market. Next slide, please. The next slide is just, can we move to the next slide, please? Next slide is just a snapshot. I just thought to show you a snapshot of the FMDQ market, because most money market instruments are traded on FMDQ. Even Nigerian bonds are listed on FMDQ. Commercial papers on FMDQ. Treasury bills on FMDQ as well. This is just a snapshot of what the market looks like. So you see benchmark bills, sovereign bonds, benchmark commercial papers, corporate bonds, 2 years bond futures prices, foreign exchange, the spot prices, and the non-deliverable forwards, FGN bonds. FGN bonds have some that are, FGN has issued bonds that are up to 30 years, some are 3 years, some are 5 years, 7 years, all manners of different maturities. Only advice I like to give people is that when you want to trade in this market, please use your professionals. You know, Nigerians, standard Nigerians, we don't like paying for advisory. But if you don't pay for advisory with cash, you will pay for it with experience. Next slide. Okay, what are the investment options open to gentlemen and ladies like you? What are the options that are open? The commercial paper option, it's available. Or let me start with treasury bills. Treasury bills are government issued bills. The Nigerian government issues 1 year paper that you can buy and they redeem in 1 year. This is risk-free. I repeat, it is risk-free. There is no risk attached. If you give your money to Nigerian government, trust me, they will give you back once it's naira. The only place the Nigerian government struggles is when you give them dollars, because we don't print dollars. What the value of that naira may be is a different conversation. But can they give you back the naira? Central Bank will just print naira and give you. So it is risk-free. Nigerian government in Nigeria has AAA rating. All right? So you can invest in treasury bills. As of today, treasury bills are returning 26% yield. 26%. That's what we have on treasury bills today. So if you invest in treasury bills, you can get 26% return. Bankers' acceptance is mainly packaged by banks. They are not popular anymore, but back in the days when we started, bankers' acceptances used to be a big deal. A bank will put a guarantee for a corporate entity and issue the paper for 1 year or for 6 months or for 9 months and raise money. Certificate of deposits. We used to be able to trade certificate of deposits back in the days, but not a lot these days. Then there is, of course, called money. You can do a placement with a bank. What I always ask people, those of you that have a fixed deposit with banks, well, it may not be bad if you have a fixed deposit with banks, but always compare your deposits and the money you're getting with inflation, because you may be thinking you're getting a good return. If you give a bank today 1 billion naira, they'll probably pay you single digit return over 1 billion naira. And meanwhile, inflation is 33%. So on a real return, you are getting a negative carry. But the commercial papers give good returns as well these days. Before the last inflation marker went to 33%, there were some commercial papers issued by reliable companies, entities that were doing 30%, 32%, some 33% yield today. What usually happens is that we price commercial paper off the treasury bill. So government is paying 26%. If Dangote wants to issue a commercial paper today, he has to price higher than government so that it will make sense for you to take a risk, because Dangote is not AAA rated. It's not risk free. Every other person, apart from Nigeria, there is a risk attached to every other company that is issuing a paper. Next slide, please. So why should you start investing today? Time is your greatest ally, but time can also be your greatest enemy, depending. The best time to plant a tree was yesterday. The next best time is today. The best time to start investing was 10 years ago for some people, 20 years ago for some others, 2 days ago for some people, but the best time is today for everyone. Okay? Whatever. My recommendation to people is always do your best to invest. It doesn't matter the amount. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. But try and have some savings, and you're investing it to get returns. Any money you have in your current account or in your savings account, well, not savings account, at least savings, they're paying you something, even if it's 2 or 3%. But any money you have in your current account, there's no point, no reason why you should have money sitting in your current account and doing nothing. Every day you sleep, your money should be working for you. And the only way that happens is by making investment. Inflation is a silent killer. For those of you who are doctors here, you know what they say about high blood pressure. They say it's a silent killer. Inflation in finance world is the high blood pressure of finance world. As inflation continues to go up, all of us are getting poorer. It's a silent killer, but it kills value of investment and value of money. You should have a long-term financial goal. Everybody should have a budget and a long-term financial goal. You should have a financial goal for yourself. If you are a government worker here, just remember, age of retirement is 60 or 35 years, whichever one happens first. So if you're 50 years old and you're a government worker, you have 10 years to go. In that 10 years, you can save a lot of money, or you can finish the 10 years and you are 60 and you have no savings and you're waiting for pension to be paid. Thank God for the contributory pension we have today. You have to also try and build a legacy for yourself and your family, and you need to invest every passive income you get. When your salary increases, don't increase your expenditure, increase your savings. Don't increase your lifestyle spending, but increase your savings. I'm a finance person, and I'm a pastor by God's grace. And one of the things I advise people, I always say, when I combine both the word of God and my experience in the finance space, never you ever borrow to finance your lifestyle. Never ever do it. Ever, ever, ever. You are 40 years old, you want to throw a party, and they give you a bill of 10 million, and you go and take a loan of 7 million and add your own 3 million. You just wasted your 7 million, because whether you celebrate it or not, you are going to be 40 anyways. And whether we come and drink your champagne and eat your special fried rice or not, you are 40 anyways. For those who have the money, please go ahead and celebrate. If you don't have the money, you can call people and have a fellowship. And after the fellowship, give them meat pie and malt and let them go home. It doesn't change the fact you are still 40. So when I hear people who borrow money to make lifestyle spending, you want to change your car because your neighbor changed his car. Please be careful. Change your car because it's due, not because you want to change your lifestyle and show yourself as a big boy. Instead of that, it's even better to borrow to invest. There's nothing wrong in borrowing to invest. We call it other people's money. But make sure that when you borrow, it's to invest and never to finance your lifestyle. And of course, you can have your own participation in the whole GDP, which is the sum total of goods and services produced in an economy at a particular point in time. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay. So which market fits me better? Which is a question that I always get. Which market fits me better? Should I be investing in the capital market or should I be investing in the money market? There is no yes or no answer to this question. It depends on many things. It depends on who you are. It depends on your portfolio. It depends on your age. It depends on what your goals, your financial goals are. So if you are somebody who is saving money to pay your house rent, please don't put it in the capital markets, because your house rent is within a year. So put it in the money market, which is a short-term market. If you are saving to pay your children's school fees, and that school fees is the one that is going to be paid in September, don't put it in the capital market. Don't go and buy shares. Don't go and invest in 5-year bond. Because your shares, they might not have paid you dividend by September. Playing the capital market, this share market, is only meant for professionals. Don't gamble with the capital market. Don't use your short-term requirements to play in the capital market. Invest in the money market. However, if you are planning for your future, your children are in secondary school now or in primary school, and you're planning how you're going to pay their university school fees, and you want to start investing, you can start buying shares in their capacity, in their name, knowing that those shares will continue to pay you dividend and grow, and those shares will have capital appreciation. There are some stock in the Nigerian market that we call them bellwether stock. Regardless, they will be here. The founders of those companies can die. The company will be here. So you can invest for 15 years. You open that 15 years is when you're going to plug from that investment. Don't go to the money market. Invest in the capital market. If you are old and you are almost at retirement, capital market is probably not for you. Maybe money market, because you need your money now to take care of yourself. The younger you are, so it's a lot of things. You need to speak to professionals. And please, don't ever be afraid to speak to professionals, and don't be scared to pay something for a professional to help you, because that thing you pay is an investment. It's an investment you are making. If you're professional, your stockbroker or somebody you're talking to, and the person says our advisory fee is X, negotiate it, pay. Because if you don't pay, you will make wrong investments, and maybe if you lose your returns, that will be the payment you're supposed to have made. So there's no one size fits all. As a group, if you're a group, a collective, where should you be investing? Again, it depends. What projects do you want to do with the money? When are you going to use the money? How are you going to use the money? What sort of returns do you want? Then you need professional advice. Next slide, please. So quick do's and don'ts as I round up. I think this is my last slide. Let me start from the do's. Please conduct your research on companies before you invest. Find out about the company. If you don't know about the company, ask professionals. Please consult. Do consult. Diversify your portfolio across different sectors, industries, and investment types. Don't put all your money in the stock of one company. The company might be a good company today, and you put all your money there. That is not a diversified portfolio. If you have enough money, you should buy some stock. You should have some real estate. You should have some money market investment. Diversify your portfolio. Regardless of what happens in the economy, the shocks will average out. But please learn to diversify your portfolio. Don't ever put all your investments in one aspect. If you take all your money and buy real estate, what happens when you need immediate cash? If you put that property in the market, you may not be able to sell. So you should have some money market instruments that if you call your broker or your investment banker in the morning, by 12 noon, money is in your account. So diversify your portfolio. Use the money market for short-term financial goals like emergency funds, or to put surplus cash temporarily. That's what the money market is for. And then, of course, utilize investment like stock analysis, financial ratios. Some people here may understand it. Maybe they are bankers or even investment bankers here. You understand. Some people, this may sound like French, but that's why they are professionals. You see, when people like us, I'm not, well, personally, if I get unwell, I go to the hospital. I look for a doctor. You know why? I believe that doctor spent 7 or 8 years at the university, and I spent some years working. So they have experience. They know how to treat me. So I put some trust in the doctor by going to the doctor. I wonder when people want to make financial decisions, they don't go to the professionals. Please use professionals so that you don't lose your money. What are the don'ts? Don't make impulsive investment decisions on emotions or market rumors. Be careful. Be careful. And I'll tell you this very quickly. A friend of mine reached out to me and he said, Bishop, I just filled a form. I'm about to transfer money. And something said I should call you. I said, what investment is it? He said he's investing in MMM. I said, which one is MMM again? And he explained it to me. I said, hold on. I quickly Googled it and I found out about MMM. I knew immediately it was a Ponzi scheme. I said, Shola, don't invest money. How much are you putting? He said, 5 million. I said, Shola, let me advise you. I will send you my account. Credit me with the 5 million. I will pray for you. At least you will get prayer in return. But if you put it in this place, you get nothing in return. And he laughed about it. He said, that's why I called you. I won't do it. He shut it down. 2 weeks after this conversation, MMM crashed. 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks. And he reached out to me and said, I owe you lunch. I said, you owe me more than lunch. Don't make investment because some people made out from MMM. Don't get it wrong. Some people made out. My classmates in LBS lost 50 million to MMM. He sold his hotel and put the money in MMM because he put 2 million. He made out and got 5 million. When he got the 5 million, he said, this is the real deal. He went and sold his hotel, put 50 million in MMM. He lost the whole 50 million. So be careful. Don't make investment on rumors because somebody told you this is the new way. This is when it sounds too good to be true. It is always too good to be true. Don't replace actual investment with gambling or cryptocurrency, especially all these funny coins. Now, I have a bias against cryptocurrency. Maybe there are people here who trade cryptocurrency. Apologies to you, but I have a bias. If I don't know it, I don't do it. I don't understand cryptocurrencies. I don't trade them. Some people understand it. They trade it. They make money. God bless them. You don't have to make money from everything. I don't understand it. I don't trade it. I don't advise. Once you ask me about crypto, I'll tell you I don't know. Please, sorry. Ask another person. So I have a bias against it. And my bias may be wrong because I know some people have made money from trading cryptocurrency. But my general advice is this. If you don't understand it, don't invest in it. Don't overlook the importance of understanding financial statements and company fundamentals. At least just understand the basics. Even if you don't understand any other thing, understand when a company has made a loss and when it's made a profit. All right? Don't ignore the potential impact of inflation on your money or on your investments. Please, inflation is real and it can drive you to a point where you have cash, but it has no value. So all of you that have packed money in one bank, in one current account, you are a customer to inflation. Inflation is just funding that account. Please don't put money in current account. If you don't trust any other thing, put it in savings account. At least it will be earning something. If not, put it in money market instruments. You'll be getting some returns. Whatever return you're getting will be helping you reduce the effect of inflation on your money. I think the next slide is just the last slide. Please go to the next slide. The next slide is my contact details, my company, and some of my colleagues who work in the same company. We offer financial advisory and capital raising services to our clients. If you in the group, we also have an asset management company. We have a stock brokerage company as well. If you need further specific advice for your person, you can contact us. And it mustn't be Kairos. You can look for other houses as well that maybe you have a friend who works. Just be sure they are registered and they are genuine so that you don't say that it was Bishop that said I should go and put money in one company and it has gone down. Please, caveat emptor. Thank you very much for having me. It's been my pleasure to be here. Thank you. God bless.
Wow. Thank you so much, Bishop Sam Chidoka. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think I think we should just give me a round of applause. So let's just put our hands together. This should be a paid presentation. Thank you so much. We don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. Indeed.
You're welcome, sir.
We've been enriched intellectually and academically and otherwise. I'm particularly happy to be here. Apart from Caff, this should be a paid training. Thank you so much, sir. I'm Chisom Azumike, and I'm here to just moderate. I know that some of us must have some questions, and over this whole discussion. So I don't know if anyone has any question. So if you have any question, just signify by raising up your hand so we can ask our guest speaker. As I just spoken a whole lot, he has demystified so many things, talked about the capital market, about the money market, so many things that actually need clarification. beyond CAF. These are personal things for even your personal investments. So I just want us to take, how many people, can we just take some questions? So you maybe just know those that want to ask questions, so we can just take them one by one. Okay, Destiny, your hand is up. Can you shoot? Destiny or Norma? Then after that, Destiny or Norma, can you shoot a question? We'll just take the questions, then Bishop Sam will help us with the answers. Thank you.
Right. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes,
please.
We can hear you.
All right. First of all, I want to sincerely thank our resource person. He's really spoken extensively. I must say I've been so blessed by his presentation and the insight and in-depth of knowledge he has displayed. I must really commend him. Thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure, sir.
All right. Just go straight to the point. You see, you've spoken extensively about the capital market and then the money market. When you talk about the money market, what range of amount figure are you looking at? Should one be free enough to invest, since it's on the it's something that should come within the period you expect of it, not something you can live for a long term? You said for the capital market, it's something you can live if you have a plan, a projection for like 15 years, and so you can say, okay, the capital market investment can fly. But then for the money market, what range of amount do you advise that you can put in motion for the money market? The money market, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, when it comes to money markets, money market starts from your overnight placements all the way to treasury bills. All right.
Okay.
So you can literally put any amount. You can ask your bank. You have 200,000 or 100,000 naira in your account. You can actually open an account with an asset management company, or you can ask your bank to do fixed deposit for you. The return may not be great, but you can start from there. So money market actually accepts any amount, really and truly. If you now want to do commercial papers, for instance, on the primary market for commercial paper, lot sizes are usually like 5 million. So if you have 5 million, you can buy corporate commercial papers, all right, that have been issued in the market. But again, I will always advise, do your due diligence. Make sure that commercial paper, there are two types of commercial papers. There are private commercial papers and there are listed commercial papers. Listed commercial papers are listed on FMDQ. So make sure you are investing more in listed commercial papers. If it's a private commercial paper, be sure you know the company well and you trust that they will repay. Because if they don't repay, nobody can hold them. But FMDQ can hold companies to make sure they repay. So in a short form to your question, literally any amount. With 50,000 naira, you can open an account with an asset management company and they can start investing with a fixed deposit for you and grow it until you start to invest in hundreds of thousands, in millions, and whatever amount.
All right. Thank you so much. Do you have any of the recommendation there, which of the banks that one can open any of these asset management companies?
So with asset management companies, what my recommendation is that you should look for the ones that are registered with SEC. There are many asset management companies in in town, right? I would always, and again, please, I want to be clear. The one I would always recommend is the one that is associated with me. It's called Ancoria Asset Management. That asset management company, we are sister companies owned by the same people. They are registered with SEC. Have been around for 7 years. Assets under management of over 70 billion. That will be my first recommendation. But of course, I'm doing that recommendation because I'm related to the company. But if you want to treat with any other asset management, just be sure they are registered. And we can take this conversation offline as well. Chooks has my details.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Welcome,
thank you, Sam. Thank you. Destiny, just to even add to it, that's why we are here, Caff Mutual. So even if you will not get a high return with your 50K, you can aggregate it and get a higher return as a group. And that's what the of this Caff Mutual investment. Because if we gather the funds together, we can get a better rate, and then if we even go to the private market, if we have the chunk of funds and get it at a better rate. Thank you. I saw
this is 100%. just to add to some, you are 100% correct.
Thank you.
The pool of funds, the higher the quantity of amount, the higher the amount you're investing, the higher the returns. Absolutely correct. So if you people pool funds together, you will get higher rates from the market. You are spot on correct.
Thank you so much, sir. So can I have Kelebanwara? I think I saw your hand up. Can you shoot?
Okay, good evening, all. Thank you again, dear Sam, and standing on the existing protocol without wasting most of our times. My question is this: there are different applications that you can use to do investment. It recommends investments and stuff like that. For instance, Bamboo app. I don't know if you know about it, and some other productivity applications that helps you to invest here in Nigeria and also helps you solve some of the PSC wahala and their account numbers. Would you recommend we use that as the case may be if you know what you are doing? I'd like to hear your opinion about it. Thank you.
I like that sentence. Thank you, sir. I like the sentence, if you know what you're doing. So if you know what you're doing, well done, go ahead. My recommendation is always to deal with human beings, because with apps, Bamboo is an app that is not even Nigerian. Bamboo allows you to invest in foreign assets as well, in foreign asset classes. So you can buy stock of foreign companies on Bamboo, right? But if anything goes wrong, which office are you going to go to? Bamboo doesn't have an office in Nigeria. They're not here. They're not regulated or registered here. So once you take that risk, I only advise people who know what they're doing to do that. If you're just new to investments, I would advise you to get a stockbroking firm or an asset management company that you know, and you can go to their office and you can see human beings and are registered, so that if anything happens, you know where to go, right? That would be my recommendation. Thanks.
Very, very true. In fact, I have a Bamboo app right now. I'm trying to open it. It's not opening, and I'm worried. so it's actually, so it's spot on. So it's better to actually use people you can see. Levinda Ferris, can you shoot? Okay, Ferris, are you there? If you're not there, music retro, who's that? Can you ask your questions? Because we're almost done with this session. Okay.
Good evening. My name is Chibuzon Dwagibe. So for a company like Ivan Global that is into financial services, gives loans at like 9 point something percent, and accepts investments at let's say 3% per month, what is the level of risk? Can someone fully commit to such companies? What is how long can such companies really exist? Is 3% really aggressive, or is it moderate? Thank you.
Okay, unfortunately, I don't know that company. First thing I like you to find out what registration they're using to do business. That's the first thing. So find out, are they registered? There's something we call Lagos State Lending License. There's some people that have that license. It allows you to do business only in Lagos, and you can lend money, but you're not allowed to take deposits. Then there is CBN Finance House License issued by the central bank. It allows you to do business across board, but it allows you to do business with small capital, and there are stipulations as to what you can do and what you cannot do. Then there's microfinance license. Then there is now the banks. So the first thing I'll say to you is find out what license these guys are using. 3% for deposits flat in a month. That gives you 36% per annum return. That is quite a high return on your placements. And for them to give you 36%, it means that they are getting above 36% on where they are investing, including their cost. So let's say their total cost, salaries, overheads, rent, and everything, they add it up together, then they make an investment, because they have to pay themselves and they have to make profit as well. So for them to give you 36%, it means that they're most likely getting 40 to 42% in their own place, in their own investments. I don't know where people are getting 42% per annum of 48% aside from the stock market, right? You can get it from real estate, but real estate is you have to invest and build and sell. I don't see you getting real estate or such return on real estate on a near basis, except you've completed the buildings before. So it will be good to ask yourself, who licensed them? Where are they putting the money? Is your money? You can ask those questions. If you answer those two questions, then maybe. But unfortunately, I don't know them. I can't say. There used to be a company called Nospecto. For those who know, especially those who are in Lagos, Nospecto came out, their oil and gas company. They will collect money from people and say they can give you a return of even 4% every month. My brother calls me and says he wants to put money in Nospecto. I say, hold on, let me go to their office. I get to their office, run down office. I didn't see anything meaningful. I met the man there. I said, what do you do? He says it's oil and gas. I said, do you oil and gas? Is it downstream or upstream or midstream? He said, oh God, we just do oil and gas. I said, God bless you. I came out, I called my brother. I said, don't try it. The man doesn't even know what oil and gas they are doing. That company was subsequently liquidated by the SEC. They were arrested and liquidated. It was a Ponzi scheme. So please, I don't know this company. All I will say is find out who registered them. What are they investing? 3% in a month is quite high. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bishop Sam. Thank you so much, sir. You know, for me, my take home is if it's too good to be true, then it's actually too good to be true. That's actually a very good one in investment. If it's too good to be true, then, and if you don't understand what they're doing, then it's something that you should actually it should raise your concern. Destiny, do you still have your hands up again? Because we want to round up this section. Okay, sir, I want to ask one question about, I want to ask a question. I know in the past, we've had some finance houses that had issues and they claimed they were registered with SEC. I'm a bit, just a bit of background. I'm in the finance industry too. I work in the treasury of a commercial bank, and I know that. I want to know, is SEC approval enough security for funds? Is SEC approval? My question is SEC approval for asset management companies? Is SEC approval enough security for funds? I don't know if you understand my question.
I understand. And I'll say, first thing I'll quickly say to you is that SEC does not license finance houses. Finance houses are licensed by CBN. So if somebody tells you they're a finance house and licensed by SEC, your antenna should be up. Asset management companies are licensed by SEC. The fact that that asset management company is licensed by SEC gives you a foundation to know you're dealing with a registered entity. At least it's a registered entity. That's what it does. It doesn't cure you of all other possible liabilities that could arise, all other issues. But at least you know that for starters, this is a company that exists and regulated by a regulator. So that's your first tick. The next thing you should check is, who are those running the company? Go to their websites, ask for their profile. See, you can ask any question. If you come to Kairos Capital today, you can literally ask us any question on the face of this earth. Why? If you want to make an investment through us, it is your money. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask all the questions you want to ask. After you find out the registration, you take it. Second thing is, who is the company? Who are those? The board. Who is the management of the company? Who are the staff? What experience do they have? They should show you their profile. Third question you should ask is, what is their AUM, asset under management? How much are they managing? How? Because the higher the AUM, the more it shows that people have trusted them to put money with them over time. The fourth question you should ask is, how long have they been in business? The likelihood that they've been registered with SEC and been in business for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years shows that they are doing something right, and not just that they're fly by night. So exactly. You've got to do your DD. Another question you should ask them is, who are your bankers? Where do they bank? Because asset management companies are not banks. Ultimately, the money sits in a bank. So if you can ask all these questions, by the time you get an answer and you are okay with that, that's on the financial side. Then I will now immediately jump the hurdle and speak to you as children of God. Of course, pray about it. If you pray about it and you feel an unease in your spirit, please don't do it. God bless you.
So much. A round of applause for our guest speaker. A round of applause for our guest speaker. Please, he deserves some accolades. Thank you so much, Sam, Bishop Sam. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Mr. Chidadike. I know this is a product of good relationship. We don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. I think we'll do the cutting here, and I'll hand over to Emmanuel to take over from here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, our guest speaker, Sam Chidoka. This has been very insightful. Thank you for all the answers. And thank you, everyone who has asked so far. So right now, we're going to do something very important. I'm sure we all know that we've come a long way in Caff. Last month, we launched our mutual investment initiative. And today, we're having the first investors forum. I'm going to hand the mic off to our brother, Awani Kester. He is the chairman, the team lead of the investment management team, right? He's going to be sharing with us the updates and the progress made so far between when we launched and now. So, Brother Kester, please, you can take it from here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel, and thank you so much, Bishop. It's been a very educative session since we begun. Thank you, everyone, for still staying with us. Again, I'm excited that we have finally hosted our very first Investors Forum. In a very short while, I'll provide a comprehensive update on our progress since the scheme's launch last month. And I can tell you we've made significant strides in laying a very robust foundation for our mutual investment initiatives. Some of the key highlights are, of course, we know that we had registered Caff Mutual Investment. And of course, that was the beginning of the entire scheme. But to ensure that no one individual owns this scheme, we had proposed to register a second entity. So this makes sure that the scheme is owned by the Alumni Fellowship and an entity owned by the fellowship. So it eliminates human intervention completely, right? Very happy to announce that Caff Alliance Resources Limited has also been registered. And of course, the entity will play a pivotal role in our operations, ensuring that we are able to expand our investment horizons and manage our resources efficiently. And of course, ensuring that no one of us here owns the scheme, right? We also, of course, our banking infrastructure is rapidly taking shape. We have successfully opened accounts with Union Bank, and this is already evident because our investors are already making payments into our account with Union Bank. We're also in the process of opening accounts with 3 other banks. And by the time we have our next investor forum, we are confident that we would have been done with our account opening process. Bishop did say that you have to ask who their bankers are, right? So this is just validating that we're on the right step. We're ensuring that we are properly banked, and that's what we are doing. Right. Of course, our multi-bank strategy will provide us with the flexibility and security that we need to manage our funds effectively. We're also in the process of selecting top-notch asset management companies to partner with us. We've initiated onboarding with Cowrie Assets. And of course, as our portfolio size increases, we're bringing in additional asset managers on board to ensure that we have a diverse and robust management of our investments. Let's also talk about our digital presence, which is also being established. I'm happy to say that we are setting up the Caff Mutual website, and the investor dashboard are still currently under development. And once launched, these platforms will offer seamless access to investment information. We should be able to see our performance and track it. And of course, this platform will ensure account management for our investors. right? And to enhance our customer experience, we have set up a dedicated customer care and telemarketing team. Most of us, of course, would have already encountered this team because on a day-to-day basis, they are making calls and ensuring that you keep to date with what's happening in the scheme. And also, for those of us that have not invested, I'm sure they've tried to sell the investment scheme to you. So please continue to receive their calls. They are for your own good. That's for investors. And for those who have not yet invested, please do well to do so soon. And of course, if you require any support, they are there to help you. The team is equipped to handle all your queries and of course provide timely support to ensure that you always have a reliable point of contact. Yes. Some of the achievements are also, we were in process of setting up virtual accounts for all our subscribers of Union Bank. This feature will streamline our transactions and of course offer you, our investor, extremely great convenience. On the corporate front, all necessary frameworks have been developed, and this would include our policies and procedures to govern our operations, to ensure that they are transparent and that we're accountable to you in all our activities. Like I said, no one owns this. We're just gatekeepers. And as you already know, this is tenured, so we're not going to be here forever. Someday I'll be out of here and somebody else will be doing this, right? And we're accountable to you. This is a closed scheme, and so it's easy to say that we know all our likely investors, right? Everyone, of course, who is a part of Caff, right? Our subscriber base is growing steadily. As of today, I'm happy to say that we have 36 subscribers, and this number is increasing as more investors are continuously, recognizing the value of our scheme. Now, just to show credence and to show that we believe in what we say, every member of the board has invested funds. Every member of the investment management team has invested funds, and every executive of Caff, as of today, has invested funds. So, if our money is there, then we believe in it, right? It's not a case of we own a restaurant and then we're going outside to eat somewhere, right? We own the restaurant and we eat our food. We are certain and we are sure that this will be prosperous for all, and that's why we've put our money there, right? So that's that. Finally, I'm also happy that we've had our first investors forum today. It's a landmark event, and we'll continue to have these events. I apologize, the network cut me off for a bit, right? This event marks the beginning of regular engagements with our investors to ensure that we continue to foster a transparent and collaborative relationship. Before I step out, I would like to again, I know that Brother Chisum has said thank you to Bishop Sam, but I also want to say thank you so much, Bishop Sam, for your enlightening presentation on well-being opportunities in Nigerian capital and the money markets. Your insights were incredibly valuable, right? And you made very complex concepts accessible to everyone, regardless of their prior knowledge of the money or capital markets, right? Your expertise and clear communication honestly have certainly enriched our understanding. And let me speak personally, my understanding, and has even inspired me. Believe me, while you were speaking, I was already, jotting down and thinking, okay, this is something I need to do. Okay, this is something I need to do. Just like a wake-up call and a reminder. So thank you so much for accepting our invite, and thank you so much for speaking from the depths of your heart. Right, and of course, so our participants, thank you for your patience. Thank you for staying with us till now. Before I step out, I would like to again, I know that Brother Chisum has said thank you to Bishop Sam, but I also want to say thank you so much, Bishop Sam, for your enlightening presentation on well-being opportunities in Nigerian capital and the money markets. Your insights were incredibly valuable, right? And you made very complex concepts accessible to everyone, regardless of their prior knowledge of the money or capital markets, right? Your expertise and clear communication honestly have certainly enriched our understanding. Believe me, while you were speaking, I was already, jotting down and thinking, okay, this is something I need to do. Okay, this is something I need to do. Your commitment and engagement are truly appreciated. Rest assured, we'll be wrapping up in a short while. I'll hand over here to the Secretariat now to continue with the program. So here's to a prosperous future with the Caff Mutual Investments. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Kester. Dr. Kester, for... Can you hear me, sir?
Oh, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Kester. So, everyone, thank you for staying with us up to this point. We are gradually coming to the end of this first Investors Forum. But before we round up, I want to hand this microphone to our brother, Brother Kingsley Duru. He has a function at this point, you know, and then after that, we'll take an item or two, and then we'll be closing. But if you have any question whatsoever you've not asked, please feel free to use the chat and drop the questions. Hopefully, we can attend to the questions before we close this session, this meeting tonight. Dr. Kingsley Duru, the mic is yours now.
Thank you, Brian. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, investors. And thank you, our guest speaker, Bishop Sam. We appreciate you. You have made my work very easy tonight. I know that all the investors and prospective investors that are here, I don't have any doubts that there's any double mind of committing yourself towards this mutual investment limited. And one of the things we have done is to ensure that, yes, professionalism, is our hallmark, that everything we are doing here is best practices, international best practices. That's what we are trying to apply and put in place, and that's why we are bringing the best. And tonight we have seen that one of the best in the industry is here tonight to speak to us. So that's to give you the guarantee that, yes, your money is in a safe hand, because everything we're going to do here in this investment, we want to use the best practices that is international, not only in Nigeria. So anywhere, any money you give to us, just get, relax that, yes, it's in a very safe hand. So tonight, just like the chief operating officer has said, we have had 36 people that have made commitment or have invested. First, I want to thank the BOT. They are not just giving us the moral support. They have also made commitment. They have given their own money. So the BOT is not just there as an advisory. They are committed. They have invested their money. All the BOT members have made investment. All the Caff executive, they have made their investment. So just to tell you that we are not here just to, just speak, with enticing words of men's wisdom. No, we are here to demonstrate reality. We want to build resources. We want to build, investments for our people. We want to build, think that we leave legacies. It's not only for our own generation. What we are doing here is going to be, beyond our own generation. Our children will benefit from this investment. That's what we are doing. And that's why we are calling everyone, not only people, on this call, every other person, be an ambassador, be a marketer, just like we have our marketing and telemarketing people. I want you to also, from what you have heard from, Bishop Sam tonight, at least have convinced you that what we are doing here, we are not just doing it just for people to be seen. It is a commitment. It is a reality. It is something, yes, that in the next 1 year you will see the benefits. And I thank God that everybody, we are not doing badly, because for 1 month we have 36 investors. So we are not doing very badly. So I believe that in this coming month we should expect 100 people. So on that promise, we want to call everyone. If you have not made your own personal investment, or you are not committed to this is the time for you to begin to write your check. This is the time for you to begin to make that commitment. And from our investment, we have a lot of categories of investment that you can invest on. It's not only from what we have. If you check our prospectus, we have categories of investors. One, we have the platinum investor. The platinum investor is a minimum of 200,000 naira, monthly. This thing has to be on a monthly basis. From 200 and above is platinum. Then we have diamond. Diamond is 100,000. 100,000 per month, 100 to 200,000. Then we have the gold. The gold is 75,000 to 99,000. Then the silver is 50,000 to 74,000. The lithium is 25,000 to 49,000. Bronze is 15,000 to 24,000, and copper is 5,000 to 14,000. So we made it very easy for everybody to, be accommodated. So it's not just, we want to build prosperity. That is the intention. We want to build prosperity. We want to show our people, those who are not really, financially inclined, so that they use the opportunities. It's a mutual fund where we come together, we pull our funds together and get a higher return on.
Okay. Please, can you confirm you can hear me? I'm not sure I can hear Dr. Kingsley anymore. Okay, Dr. Kingsley, your mic was muted.
Yes,
please unmute.
Okay, was it muted? Oh, that's sorry. Okay, that's sorry. I didn't know that.
We lost you for like 10 seconds.
Okay. 10 seconds. Okay, thank you. Okay, so what I'm saying that we want to build prosperity, and this kingdom prosperity we want to build, and that's why we are urging everybody, as long as you're a child of God and a member of CASOR, make this commitment tonight. Your money is in a safe hand. That's what we assured you. Your money is in a safe hand, and we have professionals. We are not using anyhow people. When you look at the members of Caff Investment, these are professionals. These are well learned, and also we are bringing people with great knowledge like Bishop tonight. That are the people that are advising us, and all the companies we are going to use as investment companies or finance houses are the best in the industries. So, and that's the assurance we are giving you. So tonight is a night of commitment. Tonight is a night for us to receive your check. You have seen that 36 people have made their subscription and invested. We are making the second investment this month. So this is a time for you also to come on board. Call other people, even those who are not on this call tonight. Call other people. This is a time for us to build prosperity. This is a time for us to build investments for our generation and our children's generation. So on this call, I want you to begin to write your check right now. You have seen the categories of investors. You can go for 200,000. You can go for 100,000. You can go for 50,000. You can go for 75,000. As just we want to bring everybody on board. Even 5,000 naira is also acceptable. Thank you, and God bless you tonight. Roy, over to you.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Kingsley Duru. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have heard it all. So please, if you are on this call and you have not made a commitment, you might just want to do it right now. The account details are on the screen. As you have heard already, all ESCO, all BOT of CAF, all leaders have shown their commitment and their belief in this vision. I understand some persons, want us to start first before they come on board. Okay, I mean, you can see we've started, and in 1 month we have over 30 persons have signed up. So this is the time when you also will be a part of what we're doing. As you know, the more the numbers of persons we have on this investment initiative, the better the return. All right. So I see two hands are raised here. I don't know if these are questions. Maybe we'll just take them. If there are questions or contributions, you've asked a question before. So let me ask Ransom Ndubisi Nna. Kindly unmute your mic and ask, please.
Yeah, my name is Ransom. Brother Kingsley, my question goes to you, or rather an appeal, rather. Please, I want you to be able to repost all those registration platforms and all that, so that people like us who have not registered can also do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So is the account number? It's on the
All right,
screen
thank
right
you
now.
so much. Go ahead, sir.
I said the account number is on the screen right now. So Bronna, you can see the account number, so you can make your investment. Then there any amount you want, immediately you deposit in that bank account. Will get the receipt, and an email will be sent to your email address immediately to acknowledge that investment.
Yes,
And just
think
like
that's a form.
A form.
I think that's a form. That's a form before that captures your investment intentions and all that. I think that is what I'm asking for.
Yeah, I think we have passed through that level of intention now. Now
Yes.
what we are in is just the real thing. So if you want to make investment, just the commitment is what we are doing. The time we did that, our prospectus and calling for that was when we did that intention in that form. But what we are doing now is real contract form. So the moment you have indicated interest that you are investing and you have made your first investment, we'll give you our contract form. You fill the contract form, which is a commitment, and also contain the KYC also of the investor, so that we know you better, we know who you are, because just like we said, we are using international best practice. So we are doing all the due diligence required for every member. So when we give you that form, when you make your investment, your commitment, we send that form, send all the whole requirements, and you fill those things. We put in our database. Just as we are doing, the CCO have said that we are also looking at to computerize, going digital, and that's what we are trying to do. So when we get to that level, we are doing our website that will accommodate most of those things. So at that point, we won't have manual interventions in most of the things we are doing. Most of the things will be driven by automation, so as we are getting to that place. But the assurance is that, yes, we are benchmarking the best, not only in Nigeria, all over the world. So just make your investment, then the secretariat will send you the investment form, which is a contract, because the moment you have sent your money, we are entering a contract with you. So we will consummate that contract. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all right. No,
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. I don't know if Dr. Testa would like to add a word or two on this point before we proceed to the next person.
Okay, yes. So just like the last speaker said, the time is now. Now is the time. And beyond yourself, please spread the word. Spread the word in your groups. Spread the word to your friends. Spread the word to those who are close to you. Right? In the event that they don't find the information that you require to make payments or to invest, please contact anyone of the members on the IMT or the BOT, or you can talk to any of the executives, right? We are all here for you. If you need any information, please let us know. We are also happy to still send you our prospectus. So if you need more information, you can get more information from there. Brother Chooks, I see you want to add something. Please go ahead.
Okay. I think the summary that has been made by Brock Kinsley and Brock Esther, they are okay. The current where we are is to action all the intentions. The more this is pooling resources, it is collective, so don't be on the fence. If you took note of what our guest speaker said, the capital market last year returned 48%, while inflation was 28% last year. Currently, inflation is doing 33% as at today, year on year, and there's already over 38% return on the capital market year to date. So if you put your money in the savings account, you won't get more than 4%. If you put your account in fixed deposit in the bank, no matter the amount, even if it's 100 million, you put in fixed deposit account, you can get more than 9%, 10%. Okay, so pulling it together, we're able to access a lot of opportunities. Primary market activities are going on now. It will be good to, because there will be some kind of market balance and pricing, pricing positions after these primary market issues. I gave an instance that a special placement that took place with Fidelity Bank, and I knew about a company I'm involved with invested and bought over 200 million shares of Fidelity Bank at 4 naira to 25 kobo. That was sometime, I think late 2022 or so. And now Fidelity came out in the market at 975. It's actually, that 975 is discounted. So capital markets, can be a good one, but when we pull our resources, it can be far better. So join us together so we can assess, investment opportunities that the market provides. That's one. Two is that all the things that have been reeled out today, as progress made, by the mutual funds, by our brother Cass, and the things that are work in progress, none of them is being done from the principal contributions that people have made. We're talking about a website that will take millions to do, although we're taking them in stages, okay? And there is none. If you want to do a website that will take you $400 to do, we're talking about $400, about 600,000 naira to do, And then we're also, we have some overhead to carry. We're not doing that through the contributions we've made. But what will offset it over time will be that, or make us not to have to call individuals to bring money to do all this, will be that we have sufficient pool. And money being made is sufficient enough, as we distribute returns to brethren, is sufficient enough to carry on, running the mutual fund, sufficient enough to also, support the activities of CAP to our members, the empowerment we talked about, and also support CASOR in school. So on these fronts, you see that it's a responsibility we owe ourselves as CAF members to join investment. It appears we are losing members on the platform. We are 46. Bishop Sam left after Brochism session, but now we're at 34. So maybe we'll round up so that we don't lose people. But it's very important that if you've not invested, take a decision and then be an ambassador. Since we've invested, be an ambassador. What we promise you is transparency. What we promise you is that we will be having investors forum, probably either every month or every other month, to give us update on what's happening with the money that we've invested. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I see a lot of hands up, but I don't know if for time's sake, like our chairman have said, this is 9:50. So more questions definitely will come up, but we all have access on the platform, our staff platform, or you can reach out to any of the BOT or IMT members, or you can reach out to the secretary directly, and then we'll be able to answer.
Yeah, Brahma, there are questions on so that we can quickly clear them. Yes, Brother Chibon Naigwe said he has not gotten an acknowledgement email of his contribution. I believe he will get that broadcaster, and Sister Nene, take notes. Somebody, Brother, I have not received a document which comes after initiative, which is the same thing. Bro Caleb said, will it be possible to know our current capitalization? I think that it's growing. We are 36 members, and I think that probably the average investment is about 40,000 thereabout. So you can use that to compute where we are. Okay, Tochi, thank you for the wonderful presentation. It will be good to share a summary of the investment areas and expect return. So let's also provide to Bro Emma had mentioned earlier on that we will have a WhatsApp group for those that have invested. But if we can once more, the tele team take note of this for those who will who require the prospectus. If you require the prospectus, it has almost all the information. Please indicate in the WhatsApp general platform you need the prospectus, and then it will be sent to you privately. I said, will it be possible to have Bishop's slide? Secretary should be able to make it available to our members. Thank you. I don't know if there's another question. Any other question? Lecture. Yes. So it's the same questions. I think we're done with that. So that if you have any other question, you can send directly to Brother Emma and he will send and will respond to you. There was a question about inflation. I don't think there's any need to answer it now because we've seen how we can beat inflation. Nobody set out to say, okay, I'm beating inflation, but what we're investing in, okay, it has always outrun inflation any day, anytime. Capital markets, then at times balance with the money market, but we need pool of funds to play at that level. We need pool of funds to play at that level. I can assure you that if we have, monthly contribution in the range of 10 million monthly, then we will be investing in areas that will definitely beat inflation any day, anytime. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. At this point, I need to hand the mic to our brother, the BOT chairman of Caff, Brother Chike Aguara. Please take the mic from here, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brother Emma. Just would like to appreciate every one of us that made it to this program. And I'm sure that we're already inspired to take action to become part of this trend that is moving, that has a lot of potential to actually to enrich our lives and also to empower us to build wealth that will take care of our retirement age, help us to achieve all of our lofty dreams. I wouldn't want to say much, so I would just encourage every one of us, based on what has been shared, by the bishop, the team lead and the board chairman, please. It would be nice if we all take action so that we'll be able to aggregate funds to do the level of investment that we need to do that will enable every one of us, to have a higher return on investment at the end of the day. Thank you very much for your time. And I appreciate that those of us who have taken action will keep increasing our investment, and those who are yet to take action after tonight or even now will begin to take action so that we'll be able to achieve, what our corporate, investment strategy and objectives are. Thank you very much, and God bless. Yeah,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, brethren, thank you all for staying with us up until this time. We have come to the end of the very first Investors Forum of our Caff Mutual Investment Initiative. So as a way of closing, I'm going to be inviting our brother, the very first president of Caff, to take us in the opening prayer. I'm trying to confirm he's currently on the call right now. Please, if you're on the call, sir, Brother Aniche, Amechi Godwin Aniche, please kindly take the closing prayer at this point. I'm just trying to confirm he's still here. Okay, I don't think he's here now because of maybe network or something. So let me ask our brother Tochi Ofo, if you can hear me, kindly unmute your microphone and end us with a word of prayer. I'm going to end the meeting with a word of prayer.
In Jesus' name, Father, we thank you.
Amen.
For the evening your people have spent together.
Amen.
Discussing how to navigate this investment and how to profit your people individually and collectively. We pray that you bless every effort and provide for all those who have intention to invest, and help us also in the mobilization of other brethren. We thank you for hearing us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
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 Amen. Have a
Amen.
wonderful
Thank you, everyone. Let's share the
and a
grace
wonderful
together.
week
Want to
ahead.
go? Amen.
Because of
May
our
the
Lord
grace of
Jesus
God
Christ,
The Lord Jesus
Christ,
Christ,
the Lord,
the love
The
of
Lord
and
God,
the sweet fellowship of the Holy Spirit,
all the
rest and abide
the
and
Lord
for
of
us
the
now.
forevermore.
Amen.
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 So,
Surely, God,
Goodness and mercy.
shall
And
follow
this
us
shall follow
all the
us
days of our
all
lives,
the days of our
all our
lives,
lives,
and we shall
and
dwell
we
in the
shall
house of the
dwell in the
Lord
house of the Lord
forever.
forever
forever and
and
ever.
ever. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Amen to chicken.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
Good night,
Have a
everyone.
wonderful week ahead.
Good night.
all right. God, goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Good night, everyone.